Let's get more on those comments made by the former Home Secretary Jack Straw that some young men of Pakistani origin regard young white girls as easy targets for sexual abuse. Mohammed Shafiq from the Muslim youth organisation, the Ramadhan Foundation, joins me from Manchester. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Maxine.
Do you agree with Jack Straw?
No, I don't. I think there is 2 points I'd like to make. First of all, one is that when we started this debate at the beginning of the week with my piece in the Times, it was very about having a debate in a rational way, in a responsible way. These gangs that operate are criminals. There's nothing in their culture, there's nothing in their religion that suggests that this sort of thing is ingrained. And for Jack Straw, a former Home Secretary, to suggest that this somehow is ingrained within young Pakistani men, I think is quite dangerous, and I think we need to step back. And rather than throw these accusations at the community, we should be looking at why are these people doing this? And I think there are two reasons why they're doing this. The first is that they do believe an element of what Jack Straw was saying is that white girls are less valuable, have less morals than their own daughters and their own sisters. And the second thing is that there is no fallback on them in the community. If they were to pick an Asian girl or a Muslim girl, there would be huge uproar in the community, and that's the reason why people believe that this sort of thing goes on. And so I think we need to take a stance against this. These are evil men, and the crimes they carry out do not do so in the name of any culture or religion, and to suggest otherwise is deeply irresponsible.
So the Muslim community is where this should be solved, do you think?
Well, I think we've all got a responsibility to work with those young men to make sure that they understand the value of human life. What does every faith, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, Sikhism, all faiths teach respect and love and tolerance and love towards the young. But the second thing is that there's a responsibility in society in general. Schools and colleges and police authorities must be doing more to educate young girls about the harm that these sort of crimes will do upon them, and support these girls who've been through such a traumatic experience with the necessary support to help them rebuild their lives. So rather than throwing accusations at each other, we should be working together to tackle this issue. And the other issue is that 95% of child abuse cases in this country are committed by white men. Now, nobody's suggesting that this is ingrained within the white community. We've only just seen a nursery worker in Birmingham who's been charged. And so I would caution people when they're engaged in this debate and pointing fingers.
We've just heard today from the Labour chairman of the Commons Home Affairs Select Committee, Keith Vaz. He says that what he would like to see is a national inquiry by specialist police and child protection officers into the targeting of vulnerable young girls. Would that do the job, do you think? Would that work?
Well, I think the police are doing a tremendous amount of good work, and 2 years ago when I criticised them on BBC Panorama, I did so with an act of responsibility. So I'm happy to report that I believe that the police are doing a great job. We've seen many men being brought to court now and being convicted as they were yesterday. But I disagree with Keith Vaz. I think Keith Vaz's Home Affairs Select Committee should instigate an inquiry into this. I don't think there's much more that the police could do in terms of an inquiry. I think the Home Affairs Select Committee should begin that process, and I'm happy to add whatever substance I can to that.
Mohammed Shafiq, thank you very much indeed for that.
Thank you, Maxine.